So, how does one change the self and change the way we believe we see the world so that it can start reflecting of what we really, really want? And the three things that I believe that can help you. Yo, what is up? How you doing today? I hope you're doing well out there, wherever you are. Today, I want to talk to you about self-concept. Now, what is self-concept? Self-concept is the thoughts, the emotions, the beliefs that we believe in ourselves, the actions and the reactions to the external world. It's what we truly believe of ourselves, is what's deep inside our subconscious mind. And this is what's gonna reflect into your external world out into your 3D. Is that whatever the true beliefs that are internal is what's gonna be external. See, the reason why that the world is reflecting what it is you think you're trying to change, but it's still not. You develop this over time. Everybody has been conditioned to believe in a certain way. See, you develop these thoughts over the period of your entire lifetime. Whether these thoughts were good or bad, this was just repeated through repetition over and over of your belief systems of what you believed to be true, what you didn't believe in. It is also conditioning and programming of certain ideas and beliefs on certain topics, or even, the cliche of even money, right? Some people think negative towards it, so they don't have it. Or they see someone very successful, so they say, oh, they were lucky. So they have this negative connotation towards even successful people. We don't want to have those type of ideas because it's been conditioned over a long period of time. So through repetition of those thoughts, this is what has created your self-concept. And whether it benefits you or not, or whether it's good or not, it doesn't matter. The universe doesn't see good or bad. It just gives you what you are. So how does one change themselves so that the external world will reflect what they really, really want in life? From my experience, it comes down to three things. One is repetition. Two is having a strict mental diet. And three is your inner conversations with yourself. Look, you don't really need to change anything about yourself or have any special technique in order to manifest. You just need to control those inner conversations that's going on in your mind. And when you control those inner conversations, that's when you're finally able to work on that. Or as Neville would say, live as in the end, as if you're living in that desired self-concept. He's spoken about this, so it's not something where, because I hear other people talking about self-concept and saying, oh yeah, you don't need this. Obviously, yeah, you don't. You live by the assumption of whatever I believe to be true. Everything that has been spoken is only going to help you achieve and get those roadblocks or those beliefs out of the way so you can pull those manifestations that you really want into your life. So when someone says, oh, there's roadblocks, no, there's no roadblocks. That's a limitation of your own mind that there's roadblocks. Every manifestation can be instant if you believe it to be instant. So number one is repetition. Repetition is meaning we're going to have to put in the work and do this because this is not going to happen overnight. This is definitely going to take some time. However, in my reality, I believe that anything could be instant. So you can be in your desired self-concept tomorrow, today. Embody that new desired self-concept and live and embody that concept. So one, we're going to have to repeat and repeat these self-concepts to ourselves until we harden it, until this hardens into fact, until we believe that it is true. Number two is a strict mental diet. So what is a mental diet? A mental diet is becoming aware of the thoughts that are coming into your mind and getting rid of those thoughts, those negative talk, negative self-talk, any type of thought that is not in your benefit. We want to get rid of those thoughts and replace those thoughts with the ones that we do want. So we have to be aware of what is coming into our mind and letting go of all those thoughts that just don't do us any service or justice in our reality, and let go of those thoughts. It's time to move on, get rid of the old self and embody the new one. Number 3 is your inner conversations. So when you're having this strict diet and these inner conversations with yourself, learn to hear those inner thoughts and be able to control and master those inner conversations, and catch yourself to see whether these thoughts are for you or against you. I've noticed that the subconscious likes to put these weird feelings into your body, like fear, or what will everyone think about you, or I don't look good enough, or I'm not good enough to be around others, or any of these things that you believe that you are. Or it's like, for example, with success, you might already have success in your normal job. It's because you believe that you're successful, and in your mind you know that your self-concept is that I know I can get on that phone and pick it up and sell to anyone. But I meet a lot of people like this, is that they just know, they have that knowing of themselves that they can do that, but then they have this other belief that they're not good enough, or they can never have romance in their life, or there's like other issues. So yeah, they can have one thing in life, but then there's something that's negative in reality. So we just want to get rid of that old self and embody as if we're abundant in every area of our life. And that's through working on our self-concept and working on ourselves to become a better version of ourselves, and becoming the best version that there ever is, and become the master of your own reality. All this work is because of the habitual thinking over a long period of time that has caused these problems into our lives, whether it was growing up and what our parents taught us, or it was the people that we hung around and what they believed. These patterns of thoughts and habits have brought us to who we are today. All this really comes down to is, how fast do you want this self-concept to be, and how much time do you want to put into it? And when you're done, move on and accept and live and embody that end state. So what we really need to do is break out of the old habits and break out of that old self and become the new self, and let go of it and embody the version of you that you want to live, and don't waver on that. Stand firm in what you believe in and command that universe give you what you want. So if you're thinking, well, why am I not getting it? Start commanding these things into the universe and saying that this manifestation is mine. There's no other way. If I don't get this $5,000 tomorrow, then I'm going to lose XYZ. You start commanding the universe. There was a time where I needed $4,000 and I got it in 48 hours because I went to bed embodied, lived and pictured in my mind that I looked online, I clicked it, I looked at my bank account, and I had an image, and then there was a deposit. Within 48 hours, I collected that money. So what we really need to do on focusing on our self-concept is learning to love ourselves and appreciate ourselves more, have self-love. 2, less self-negative talk. Get rid of that. Every time you catch yourself thinking that, flip the switch and change those thoughts. Another one is just cultivating your self-concept of who you want to be and who you are. Showing yourself more love towards yourself so that the external can be more reflective of what you are. So if you put more of that energy out, it can only go back. Remember to visualize before you go to sleep, to visualize your ideal self of who you really want to be, who you really are. If you have to write these things down, write down who you want to be in 2024 and make those changes. Now is the time to change everything about you and change it in a good way. You can still be the same you, but why be the you when you can be a better version of you? So why not change the self-concept and be the best version and attract the best things in life, and attract the best people, or attract the business that you want, or attract the artistic career that you want, or any passions that you desire can manifest into your reality. Fix these things and make these changes so that you can have all those in your life. Another way to practice this is through affirmations, and use ask-formations. Say these things out loud, saying, why am I so amazing? Why am I so beautiful? Why does everybody love me? Wherever I go, I always make new friends. Everybody always wants to hang out with me. Start thinking of these things that can replace what thoughts that you do think out. Just believe in yourself and your self-worth, because you are worth it, and nothing is more worthy, nothing is more important in this reality than you. And every little thing that you do can make a change in the world around you. You have to, instead of forcing outside into the 3D and making those changes, because you can do it that way and just force your way in there, instead of changing the outer world, change the inner world and let it reflect back. This can happen in an instant, quickly. So, instead of going 3D saying, I'm going to go figure a way to get $10,000, in a way, if you keep grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding, eventually you get there, right? But why do that? Change the self-concept and say, well, money's going to find me. I don't even have to do it. I can go walk to my mailbox. This has happened 3 times in the last year, where someone has mailed me a check saying, we've been looking all over for you, and we want to give you this money that we owe you. And I've had $2,000 randomly in a debit card. I had $1,000 mailed in the mailbox, and then a $1,500 check that another company owed me a long time ago. I have no clue how they found me, because I was in a different state. But the thing is that you have to believe that things can come. Once you change the self and you believe in yourself more, your power will become stronger, and you'll be able to draw these things into your life. So another concept that has changed for me and helped me in my life was shifting my state of awareness and shifting my awareness into a new reality. When you shift yourself and your self-concept and your beliefs and your belief system, you once you clear all these thoughts and you're planting in these new seeds and these new thoughts into you, this new being, you're putting this energy out into the field. So when you put this energy back into the field, which is the quantum field, that all these potentials exist. And when you put that potential of what you want and you release it, right? And they say let go, you release that into the field, and then you allow it, however long it takes for it to find you and bring that back into you. So when we shift our state, and our state is what we is our belief, or what we are and what we embody. When we shift our state into this reality, we don't go out and look into the 3D and find it, because all of a sudden it's going to make your state go back down. It's going to make you feel like, oh, I don't have it. So we shift the state internal and then let it reflect back. If you got value out of this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you like to look at more videos I have, check out the one over here so you can level up on your manifestation.